All right, let's be real for a second. What's the absolute fastest way to look completely pathetic? Yeah, it's chasing after someone who doesn't care about you and exhausting yourself trying to explain things to someone who already hates your guts. Have you ever stopped to ask yourself, why on earth am I doing this? Today, forget those cliche self-help books. I'm going to show you how to dump that toxic people-pleasing habit and become a charismatic slab of granite, or more formally, mentally untouchable. And hey, if you want to master this psychological game instead of being its victim, hit that subscribe button right now. Let's dive in. Now, let's take a quick trip back to ancient Rome. Picture this. You're a buff, powerful gladiator. Your sole mission is to step into the arena and survive. But instead of drawing your sword and fighting like a real warrior, you choose a highly dysfunctional strategy. You run panting behind the emperor's chariot just to plead, "Oh, your majesty, my sword got chipped because of a manufacturer defect. Please, don't dock my bonus." Sounds hilarious and utterly desperate, right? Yet, look around. In the 21st century, we, the corporate gladiators clocking in and out every day, do this exact pathetic thing all the time. Except we wrap it in a fancier, more civilized term, trying to please everyone. Let's look at the two distinct types of pain you're willingly inflicting on yourself on a daily basis. First, the chasing trap. You send a message maybe to a business partner or someone you actually like. They reply 5 hours later with a single dry word, K, and boom. You spend the next 2 hours of your life overanalyzing the deep existential meaning of that lowercase k, before frantically typing a massive paragraph to save the conversation. Wow. You're literally chasing a ghost. You know that? The second pain is the explanation addiction. A coworker completely misunderstands a harmless joke you made. Instead of ignoring it, you lose sleep all night. You get to the office and draft a 3-page manifesto of an email just to clear your name. But guess what? They won't even read it. Or worse, they'll think, look at them sweating. They must be guilty. Gosh, that feels awful, doesn't it? It's like voluntarily handing your weapons over to your enemy, dropping to your knees and saying, "Here's my weak spot, please stab here." You are breaking your own back just to get a nod of approval from people who don't even matter. But look, at the end of the day, I don't blame you. Seriously, I don't. I totally get what you're going through. Because from a behavioral psychology standpoint, human beings, from our caveman ancestors to modern-day folks scrolling social media in air-conditioned rooms, have always been haunted by one major thing: the fear of rejection. Back in ancient Rome, if you got banished from your tribe, it was a literal death sentence. You'd either starve in the woods or get mauled by wild beasts. Today, if you get ignored, chewed out by your boss, or isolated at the office, your brain fires off the exact same survival alarm. We explain because we crave to be understood. We chase because we are terrified of losing connections. It's a deeply wired biological reflex. So, you're not weak, you're just running your life on an operating system that's severely outdated. You step into the world wanting to be a good person, a noble gladiator cheered on by the crowd. But unfortunately, reality isn't a Disney movie. The arena of life is packed with spectators who are just waiting to watch you fall off your horse for their own entertainment. So, why keep playing the victim? So the question is, where is the exit? How do you transform from a worried mess into a charismatic slab of granite? Come on, let's take a page from the ancient Stoic philosophers. They lived in an era where the line between life and death was razor thin. You could be a noble today and executed tomorrow. Their psychological survival guide was shockingly minimalist, known as the Dichotomy of control. They split the entire universe into two clear buckets. Bucket 1, what other people think and say about you is their business, and you have absolutely zero control over it. Bucket 2, how you choose to react to it is your business, and you have total, absolute control over it. Your escape hatch unlocks the very second you internalize these two ironclad rules. Rule number 1, never chase. What is truly meant for you will stay. And whatever you have to put on a leash and drag back, trust me, it will bite you the first chance it gets. Rule number 2, never explain. The people who genuinely know you don't need an explanation. The people who are committed to misunderstanding you won't believe you anyway, no matter what you say. So why waste precious calories and time on something with a 0% return on investment? Let it go. Now, let's hit the brakes for a second and challenge ourselves. Ask yourself this question and be completely honest. If I stop explaining myself right now, if I stop chasing, is my world going to collapse? Will everyone hate me? My answer to you is, yeah, maybe some people will hate you. But guess what? They didn't like you in the first place. So, who cares? It is time to wake up, my friend. Do you honestly believe that staying up all night writing a massive defensive email is going to touch your boss's heart? No. They only care about the actual results of your work. Do you think that double texting and begging is going to make your ex run back to you? Heck no. It just makes you look like a desperate creep and plummets your value in their eyes. The moment you try to explain yourself, you are implicitly broadcasting a very weak message. Hey, your opinion of me is way more important than my own opinion of myself. Come on now. Are you really putting a 70% off plus free shipping tag on your own self-respect? True awakening happens when you realize one undeniable truth. Your silence and your focus on yourself carry infinitely more power and value than 10,000 explanations ever could. Enough with the abstract theories. It's time to strap on this mentally untouchable armor in real life. Tomorrow morning, I want you to execute these exact 3 practical moves. Step 1. Apply the once and done rule at work. If a misunderstanding happens at the office, state the objective facts exactly once, concisely and neutrally. After that, go right back to doing your job. What you used to say, oh, I am so sorry the traffic was crazy yesterday and then my cat suddenly got sick, which is why the report is late, please forgive me just this once. Sounds super unprofessional, right? What'd you say now? The report has been uploaded to your inbox, I acknowledge the delay and will optimize the workflow next time. Period. End of story. No drama, no excuses. Step 2, use the let it be tactic in relationships. If someone suddenly turns cold or starts ghosting you, do not hit them with a "did I do something wrong" text. Instead, adopt the strategy of a Roman general watching an enemy retreat. Never pursue. You keep living your best life, hitting the gym, leveling up your skills, making money. If they want you in their life, they will find a way. If not, congratulations, you just filtered an unworthy person out of your life without breaking a single sweat. Step 3. Draw an iron boundary against criticism. When someone attacks or criticizes you without any valid basis, instead of blowing up to prove them wrong, look them straight in the eye, give a faint smile, and say, "Thanks for your perspective." Then calmly walk away. It is the most sophisticated way of saying, "Your words just flew past my ears like a buzzing mosquito." They carry absolutely zero weight. Trust me, when you consistently practice this, a literal miracle happens in your life. You reach the final stage, the ultimate state of mind that every philosopher has chased for millennia. Absolute inner peace. At this point, you are no longer a crying toddler begging for a piece of candy called other people's approval. You become a mountain. When the wind blows, the mountain is cool. When the storm hits, the mountain gets wet. But the mountain is never shaken or collapsed by the weather. Never Chase grants you ultimate self-respect. You know exactly who you are and what you bring to the table. You don't need to chase anyone because you know that you are the magnet that attracts what you deserve. Never explain gives you absolute freedom. You completely shed that exhausting, heavy burden called trying to please the entire world. Always keep this image in your head. A gladiator steps into the arena not to beg the crowd to love them or pity them, but to command their own destiny. Thank you so much for riding along with me today to learn how to become a truly charismatic slab of granite. If this video gave you a much-needed reality check, make sure to hit that like button, smash subscribe, and share this with a friend who needs to build a mental fortress of their own. And if you don't want to do that, well, that's totally fine. I'm definitely not going to explain myself or beg you. Laughs. Stay peaceful, stay sharp, and stay untouchable.